Right, welcome. This is a video series on how to make money on this freelance marketplace called Legiit. And you get to learn it from me, someone who's actually done it before. I've sold around 500K in services on Legiit, so I know exactly how to do it and how you can do it as well. And in this video series, I'm going to show you step by step how to make money with this platform. There's just one thing, and I want to be fully transparent with you. I have been banned from this platform because I created my own marketplace. It's called Vetted with 3 T's, and we take 0% in fees. We focus on a more higher end or premium type of freelancer. So if you are a more seasoned and experienced freelancer, make sure to join on this link right here. I'd love to have you on. But if you're just starting freelancing, sites like Fiverr and Legiit work fine. Again, Vetted is more for a premium type of freelancer, both freelancer and client. The services are more high-end and the platform as a whole is more premium and bespoke. And just to end this intro, anything you learn with this video can be applied on Vetted or any other marketplace. So my goal with this is that you watch the videos and then actually go implement what you learned, ideally on Vetted, or you can do it on any other marketplace. Thank you so much and I hope you enjoy.
In this video, we're going to cover how to price your services and what perceived value is. Why? Because we're looking for a long-term revenue and the pricing of our services has a ton of impact in that. And how can we do this? By increasing or decreasing our prices. First thing you need to know is that marketplaces, and Legiit is also included in this, of course, marketplaces are a race to the bottom most of the times, and Legiit is included in this as well. And what do I mean by racing to the bottom? It's simple. I have here a drawing. So say you price your service at $100 and you're selling something like a logo design. Then someone comes, a competitor, and prices at 90. Then you price it at 80. Then they price it at 50. Then you price theirs at 30. Then they price theirs at 10, then you end up pricing yours at 5, and they price them at 5 as well, because that's the lower it can get. And this is what happened in the marketplaces like Fiverr. And what happens is the price goes down, 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 until people can't lower their prices anymore. And who wins in this? People that live in countries like India or Bangladesh, because they can afford to lower their rates extremely low, because their living costs are much lower than in countries like the US and Canada. So US and Canada can't compete with this. And this is what the race to the bottom looks like. And if we can go on Legiit and we can see, for example, here in the graphic design category, these ones are priced at 10. And let me see, for example, here. So all of these are priced at 10. So they all landed on the bottom, which was 10 for them. And as you can see, yeah, all of the logo designs are priced at 10. Okay, so this one is not logo design. Yeah, so all of them landed on about $10. So this is what happened. Basically, I can guarantee you that at the start, people weren't pricing theirs at 10. What happened was this. And freelancers from countries like the US or Canada cannot simply compete with these prices. And that's what a race to the bottom looks like. So again, you're mostly racing to see who can lower their price more until someone gives up. But like I said, it doesn't have to be like that. If you work, of course, on a global marketplace like Legiit, people in countries where the average income is lower than in your country will always be able to charge less. And they'll always be able to undercut you. And I'll go over this in just a second. And what's the solution for this? So if you can't compete on price, you need to compete on something else. So first of all, don't sell identical services. But if you do sell them, make sure to position yourself or market them in a different way. And this is key. You can sell, and if you're selling the exact same thing, don't try to compete in price. Try to compete in a way so as to differentiate yourself through other means. In this case, market your product in a different way. And what do I mean exactly by this? So, for example, right here, we have these two top ranking ones, both sell logo designs for $10 each. However, Kamar here sells it for triple the price. And this listing is ahead of a bunch of others that have lower prices. But why can he sell higher prices than all these people down here? Because he positions himself differently. So he's not competing on price. He could price his service at 10 and try to compete with these guys. He could even price it at 6 just to steal orders from these guys. And this is where this part enters. So having lower priced services will attract lower quality clients. Because these clients tend to go for cheapest service when there's two identical services. So if, say, these services were somewhat, and they are somewhat identical, both from the title and the image, so if this one was priced at 6, this one would get more orders in theory. But going back here to Kamar, he's not competing on price. As you can see, he's not competing on price. He's differentiating himself in a different way. He's marketing his product in a different way. So the biggest advantage Kamar has is that he designed Legiit's logo. And that's a big one. So that's why I can also charge a premium, because he designed a logo for the platform where we're all working from. So that's why he can afford to market himself and price himself differently. Again, if you sell identical services, which most of these people are selling somewhat identical services because they're logos, at the end of the day, they're all logos. If you're doing that, you need to position yourself and market yourself in a different way. And the way that Kamar found was to design a logo for Legiit, which eventually Chris liked. So yeah, that's how he managed to position himself and market himself in a different way. We can also take a look here at another example. So these are whiteboard animation videos, and these are all basically the same. These are generated through software. So these, you pay like, I don't know, $30 for a software, and you can generate these like clockwork, super easy, nothing unique about them. But as you can see, these ones go for 10, and again, this is the price that these guys all agreed. So they most likely went like this and reached the price of 10. And they can't even price it at 5. I think the minimum is 6 for Legiit, but yeah, whatever. That's the price they landed on, and as you can see, most of them are priced at 10, 10, 10. This one is at 6. This guy is trying to compete by price, because there's no big differentiation between all of these. So if I was looking for a whiteboard animation video, I'll most likely go with this guy, because I can save $4. It's more or less the same. As long as the description of the service is somewhat optimized and have examples, I see no difference really. So let me just double check. So okay, right here, okay, video is a optimized description as an example. Okay, all good. Yeah, so $6. Okay, it has a 1-star review, but let's say he didn't have a 1-star review. This service is not much different from this one. So of course, yeah, they're competing on price, because there's nothing to differentiate this for this. So of course they compete on price. But then, and this is the wrong category. Sorry, I wanted to look at explainer videos as well. So these are more or less the same, all explainer videos. But then you have this guy right here. So these guys, this, for example, short ads explainer video. She is selling it for $6. And she sold, let's say, 20, because yeah, I think more or less half of the people leave reviews. This guy sold, let's say, 6. So he sold $300 worth of his service. And this girl sold 20 times 6, that's 120. So this guy sold more, and he's positioning himself not by price. In this case, he's positioning himself in current events. So COVID-19, we all know what that is about. I mean, me myself right now, I have COVID. So yeah, he's positioning himself not in price, but he's marketing his service in a different way. So businesses looking for explainer videos might go with him, because he's basing his market on a current event. And that's more or less what I want to say in regards to how to market your service and how marketplaces work in regards to races to the bottom, and that this doesn't have to be you. You don't need to constantly be on this race to the bottom and lowering your prices even more to compete with people from countries like India or Bangladesh that will always be able to charge lower than you. So you need to differentiate yourself in a different way other than pricing. Again, marketing yourself in a different way, just like the two examples we saw up here. Now I want to talk about perceived value, and this is an extremely important concept. So lower prices mean lower perceived values. Higher prices mean higher perceived values. And this is seen all around the world in all the products you buy. Here's an example. So perceived value is the way a customer views value in a product. That's the perceived value. It's how a customer views value in that same product. And most of the times this works like this. Most expensive iPhone is better. Most expensive car is faster. Most expensive camera has better quality. Most expensive food tastes better. And I'm sure both me and you are victims of this. So most of the times we get stuck in this loop. Most expensive is always better. Of course, there's some instances where that's not true. And I mean, even though we try to run away from this, most of the times we can't. But basically, this is something we can't run away from. We're always thinking about this. So most expensive car, food, service, whatever, is always better, faster, stronger, higher quality. And this is something that we have in our minds. It's something we can't run away from, like I said. A perfect example of this, again, is the iPhone. So the newer iPhone, the most expensive one, is the better one. I'm running through this right now, but the car that's most expensive is the faster one. The camera, so if you want to record videos for YouTube, the camera, which is the more expensive, so if you buy a red camera, that's the highest quality one you can have. For example, the food that tastes better is the one that's most expensive on the most prestigious restaurant. So that's basically how it works. That's the perceived value of a product. And again, higher prices mean higher perceived values. That's the value of how a person views your product. And let me show you here an example in this Legiit category, which is keyword research. So if we look at these ones right here, if I were, say, and this again is an example for SEO, but I'll explain it so you can understand. If again I was, for example, building my website for my local business and I wanted to see which keywords I'll be targeting so I could get more clients in my business, I would need to do some keyword research. I'll go here on Legiit and search for keyword research. I'll skim through these. These ones are ads. They don't really tell me anything about keyword research. So I have these 3 services right here. At first glance, and of course I take my business seriously, I have $100 to spend in keyword research and I want to spend them good. So just looking at prices here, this one is $29. This one is half the price. So at first glance, the perceived value I have from this product, this service, is much higher than this one. Again, most expensive is better. Most expensive will bring in more results. Most expensive is all of this. Better, faster, higher quality, stronger, whatever, all of this. So at first glance, I'll go with this one. And even though they can be like the same, or even though this one can be actually better than this one, I'll never know because I'll go with this one because the perceived value for this one is higher than that one. And because my budget is $100, I can afford to spend it on this one. And that's how the perceived value works. And I have a great example here for you as well. I used to sell a service, I think it was a PBN service, and I was trying to compete by price as well because I wanted to gain some more reviews and be ranked here first on top of all these guys. What I did was I stopped trying to do that. I stopped trying to compete on price. I have 3 PBN services right here, and this is not me promoting this at all. Just an example. As you can see, this one is $87. This one is higher than all of these except this one. All of these ones down here. So what I did was I think this one was previously priced at like $50 or 40 or 30, even 30. I don't know. And I was getting some reviews and some orders. And the truth is, as soon as I increased the price, I decided to increase the price by 2x, I got many more orders. So having a higher perceived value can mean more orders. Like I said, lower prices, lower perceived values, higher prices, higher perceived values, and people love to have higher perceived values. And yeah, just like I was saying, I don't think if it was this one, I'm not sure. It was one of these. I increased the price by 2x, I think, or I don't know, even 3x. I increased the price. So at this price, I was getting this many sales. And then I increased the price by this, and I got this many sales. So you'd think that by increasing the price, you get a lower amount of sales, but that's not true. And that's because of the perceived value. And that's why this concept of perceived value is extremely important. And that's why I wanted to explain to you and make you understand how it works and how you can benefit from it. We can even look at another example here. Say, for example, logo design. Again, I would for sure, not knowing any of these, if I was building a professional business website, I would go most likely with the $30 one. Even though it's 3 times the price and has less reviews, the perceived value is much higher. So I think to myself, why is this guy charging 3x the price? I'm sure it must be better. I'm sure. And that's how our brain works. Even though it might be actually the same, we think that it's better just because the price is higher. And that's, again, the perceived value, a concept that's extremely important to understand. And it ties in, of course, with the race to the bottom because, like I said, you don't need to try to stand out through prices and stay in this race to the bottom loop. You can stand out through having higher prices, and having higher prices can mean a higher amount of orders because of the perceived value and because of all the examples we talked about here. Again, like I always say at the end of the videos, if you have any questions, if you want to chat with me regarding optimizing your profile or any questions at all, this is the support group for this course. So facebook.com/groups/marketplace freelancer. So make sure to join. I'll be in there answering questions and talking to you all, and I will see you in the next video.